welcome back to my channel, welcome back to a brand new vlog. Not even a vlog, it's a video. And before we get into this video, please respect that I am wearing exactly the same as I wore in the last video. I am just filming on the same day and cannot be bothered to get changed just for a video. But before we get into it, my name is Amelia. I upload book content such as book reading vlogs and book videos, yep, you know. And if you do this that kind of content, or this video, then please give a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, please check out my other videos, and yeah, please follow my social medias that are linked down below and might pop up in the video, who knows with me. And without further ado, let's just get on with the video because I'm sitting here like, what the hell's going on? This is what I'm doing today, whilst feeling slightly uncomfortable. The booktube newbie tag 2023. Now, I am not new to doing booktube really. I'm also not new to doing YouTube at all. However, I saw Lauren Gursky, I think that's how you say her name, on YouTube do this, and I was like, okay, I really want to do this. I also really want to read it thumbnail, so yeah. Anyway, that's random. I saw her do it, and I was like, you know what, I want to do this even though I'm not new to booktube. I started doing booktube from like late last year. Like, I turned my channel into a booktube channel like really late last year. However, I never did this like kind of tag, and I feel like it would be kind of cool to do it. So we are going to do that. If you're going to hear that sound, it's because my fan is on. I'm quite hot today. The temperature is like 18 degrees, so quite warm. I've got the questions on my phone. I typed them up on my computer and emailed them to me. I have 7 questions, and we're just going to talk. I'm not going to show you any books today. Nope. I'm just going to talk. So it's going to be a chatty one, so get a drink, get tea, get a coffee, get some water, whatever beverage of your choice you'd want, go for it, go get it, you know. So we're going to start with the first question is, why did you start this channel? So I'll talk about why I started my channel in the first place, and then I'll move to say why I turned it to booktube, just because I feel like it will make sense. So originally I started my channel as a way to share my uni life, like uni vlogs. It was my first year of uni, and I was like really wanting to do it, and I thought like, I'm just gonna take the plunge. And I did like chatty get ready with me's and what's in my makeup bag and what's in my university bag and come with me to uni, like uni vlogs. And I did mainly uni vlogs were my main thing. Like that was my main thing because I just felt like at the time of my life I was at uni, and one thing I loved watching was uni vlogs, so it just made sense to do uni vlogs. And then that was why I just started my channel. And then I did 4 years of uni. I took you on my journey. Post uni for a bit, and it just became monotonous and quite boring. And my days were literally, I'd go to work, I'd come home, I'd read, watch a film, go to rehearsals, go to bed. And it got to a point where I was like, why am I filming this? Like, I didn't mind the occasional weekend when I did things if I wanted to vlog it, but usually now I'm just like on the weekends, just wanting to enjoy the weekends. I don't really vlog when I'm out with my friends. So at the same point, my vlogs were just getting really boring, and I was really bored editing them. So the point where if I was bored editing them, I didn't think anyone was going to be interested in watching them. And I went through a real phase of, what do I do with my channel? Bless you! I went through a real phase of, what do I do with my channel? And then I went through the phase of like, okay, I started reading in 2022 properly, and I started doing some reading vlogs about it, and then I was like, you know what, I enjoy doing reading vlogs, why didn't I just turn my channel into a booktuber channel? Because that's what I enjoy. At that point I was really enjoying watching booktube, and I was like, I really enjoy doing this content, it will get me to read more because I'll be motivated to do it for a video. And it has, like, I will say, like, my reading goal has been higher because I want to read, because I want to do it for videos, and I'm really enjoying doing it for videos. But before, when I was just reading, as much as I was reading, I wasn't really caring how far I got. Like, I didn't have a strict in my head of what I wanted to do, and I was doing it for reading for videos. Like, I'm enjoying reading the books, and I'm also enjoying sharing them with someone. It feels like I have a person to talk to about the books I read, and I love it. So that was why I turned into a booktube channel, and I'm really glad I did. It's been something I really enjoyed doing. I'm really enjoying doing still, and it's getting me through books that I didn't think I'd read. Like fantasy books, I definitely don't think I'd have read if I didn't do it for a video. It sounds really silly, but I think if I wasn't really doing it for a video, I would have been like so apprehensive about doing it, and now I did it, and now I'm reading fantasy books, which Yes. So, ow, that really hurt. That is why I started my channel. What's the next question? I love it, my phone locks. What are you most excited for? I'm gonna say about what I don't really. I'm gonna take this as what I'm most excited for my channel, but also what I'm most excited for to read. But no, my channel I'm guessing is for. I'm excited for more book challenges because I find them fun. I'm never good at them, like I never complete them. However, I do enjoy them. And I think it helps me get through books more because I'm like, okay, I'm doing it for a challenge. I'm really enjoying that. I do enjoy the challenges. I'm excited to do more of them. I'm excited to see my channel grow because it has been growing recently. Slow, but slow and steady, and I'm loving it. I don't do this for subscribers. I don't do this for the amount of people who watch these videos. Like, I enjoy what I do, and that's why I post it, and that's what I'm happy about. I'm also excited to make more booktube friends, book buddies, all this stuff. I am on my Instagram, on YouTube, because what's more fun when you love to read is by sharing with other people who love to read. So I'm very excited for that part, and yeah, I will just say books just because it's what I'm excited for. I'm gonna say the books that I'm excited for is probably Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, and the special edition of Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan, and the Lakefront Billionaires first book in the series, Love Redesigned, which I'm excited for. Very excited for. Question number 3. Where's that from? I don't know. When did you start reading? Okay, when did I start reading? It's a good question, but confusing because I read a lot at primary school. You know when you get over those easy books, you know, in 5, 6. I read a lot to the point where I was like in year 2 getting chapter books because I was like, and I would go to the library. I would borrow books. I remember I was in year 4 and I was borrowing the Lord of the Rings books from my school library. I was like reading. It was during primary school. Reading was everything. I loved it. Those cute unicorn books, Secret of the Unicorn or something like that, and the Rainbow Fairies and all those books. I loved reading when I was like in primary school. Secondary school came and I was still enjoying reading, but not much until my 15th birthday. I don't know what it was about that year specifically, but I bought loads of books for my birthday and I was really getting into reading. I read The Skies Everywhere by Jandy Nelson that year. Fell in love. No, I don't think I read it that year. I think I was 17, 18 when that book came. I read that book because it was after Fault in Our Stars. So I don't think I read it that year. However, I did read some really good books when I was 15. And then I kind of just didn't read again. Like, you know at school in English GCSEs you had to read and do all this annotating stuff and all the stuff that I now do for my own personal leisure, but I did not care for when I was at school. Yeah, I didn't. It put me in a reading stuff for years. Then when I was about 18, I Fault in the Stars. I went to watch Fault in Our Stars. Then I read that book. Read Looking for Alaska. Read Paper Towns all by John Green. Absolutely loved it. He was like my favourite author at the time. And then my friend recommended Skies Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. So I bought that book. The cover of the book I had at the time, I absolutely loved. It was like, I remember it so well. It's like navy with red flowers, and I loved it. Got rid of the book, and now the book I've got is a really crappy version. Not crappy, but I just don't like it. And I don't even like the story that much anymore. I reread it last year for a reading vlog, and I went no. And then I stopped reading for ages, and then it was summer 2017. No, it was early autumn 2016. I read Girl Online by Zoe Salk, the first book, and then the second one came out. And then in the summer, I remember doing a full day reading. Where all I did was sit. I had a little armchair in my room, and I sat in that chair for the whole day and read Girl Online on Tour, which is the second book in the Girl Online series. And I fell in love with it. I was just like obsessed, and I didn't read again. Went to uni. The third one came out. I read that one. It took me about a whole year to read because I left it at home, so it was only on holidays I'd read it. And then I just didn't read at all. Like, I bought fictional books, especially in lockdown. I never read. I didn't read them at all. I was like, nope, I can't get into this. I just couldn't. And then for some reason, I set myself a goal for 2022 to get back into reading. I was like, I used to love it. I love films. I used to love reading, and I was like, why have I stopped reading? Why did I stop? And I know why. It was all when you're in education, you're told to read books, and you have to. It's like, even though my books at the uni were not fictional, they were actual business books, but that just kind of put me off the idea of wanting to even sit and read a book. And now, like, when I came out of uni, like, I want to get back into reading. I did enjoy it at one point in my life, and I thought I wouldn't read that much last year. And then I picked up Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It was the first one because, like, I was going to read because I was already reading it. And then I continued, I picked up Queenie, and then I remember I picked up Queenie, then I think it was Normal People, and then I picked up Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and then It Ends With Us. And that's when my love for reading started to kick in. Was when I was reading all those books, I was getting really enjoying them, I was like really enjoying the stories, and then I was watching a lot of booktube. And I think that's what really helped me get back into reading, was watching booktube. It made me want to read more books, and then I fell in love with it. Now here I am. Last year I read 35 books. Currently read 27 books so far this year. I've got a goal of 50, and I've still got a bit of time to get there, so fingers crossed. But yeah, I read a lot of books last year, and I fell in love with it, and now all I can think about is I get so excited to come home and read a book. Now don't get me wrong, I do still have my social life outside of this, and I will not put my social life on hold. I just love to read, and it's great because I do a lot of time of travelling on a train, and especially when I go to Portsmouth, the train journey is long, so it's nice to have a book to break it up. So on the way back I'm usually hungover, so I don't really want to read, but on the way there, it's fine. And it also breaks up my work day because of my lunch breaks. I can just go and sit and read. The next one is, how did you start reading? I feel like I kind of just answered that question in one, but I don't really, that question is quite hard to answer anyway, because like in reception you're given a book to read, and then I started reading. I don't really know how, but I would say how I started reading now is BookTube. Is definitely something that got me into reading. It inspired me to start reading. It inspired me to put books to read. I found booktubers that I enjoyed watching. I found booktubers who kind of enjoyed the same kind of book genres as I did, like Alexa Ray, Destiny Sidwell, Sarah Caroli. That was when I started reading. Now I've got a load of other booktubers that I love to watch, like Ella Rose Reads, Jamie's Library, or James Library, I don't know how you say her name. And so many other booktubers that I just, if I'm here, I know them all, and they kind of help me get back into reading because all they give me book recommendations, I read them and I'm like, oh, I should really enjoy this, and that is thanks to them. What book series got you into reading? Book series. I would love to say it's Harry Potter, but probably not, because I had the Harry Potter books for years and never read them. I will say the series that I did enjoy reading and did make me want to read again was the Girl Online series, as cheesy as it sounds. The Girl Online series by Zoe Sugg, at the time when I read it, it felt so prominent. It felt, I think that's a word, or prominent. It felt so good. It felt so like just a happy, cute romance story that I just loved. And it got me into reading. I would say now that the series that I'm reading that keep me wanting to go on was the Dreamland Billionaire series and the Twisted series by far, and the Akatar series and the Kingdom of the Wicked series. But they didn't really get me into reading because I read them after I got into reading, so I don't really know. I think I would say the Girl Online series for sure got me into reading, but I definitely am more of a standalone book, because it means if I finish one book I don't have to think, okay, I got another book in that series to read. So, what books do you like to read? I'm going to guess that's a genre of a book, and I'd say my go-to is a romance, like a cute little romance book. I'm not a thriller girl, I'm not a horror girl. Those kind of books I just will steer against. I hate thriller and horror movies. I'm not going to want to read a book that's thriller. I would say books that I love to read are romance genres, like easy romance, cute ones. I will eat up in a heartbeat. However, I do also now realise how much I actually enjoy a fantasy book, but I do have to be in the mood for fantasy for me to enjoy fantasy. So, which is why when I do reading vlogs, you don't see me read so many fantasy books at once, because I just can't read it in one go. But yeah, romance books are the ones to read. Grumpy vs. Sunshines, Enemies to Lovers, Second Chance Romance are the three kind of like tropes you will see me go for, because I just love those kind of romances. But I do also love just normal generic romance and see whatever happens. Finally, we've got what is your favourite book? I could get it out for it, but I'm not going to. I actually have a couple. I'm going to give you three. Two of them are from last year and they're still on my top of my head. And the other one is and is literally a very, very new favourite read, but I don't think I'm going to be forgetting about it anytime soon. I'm actually going to give you 4 because I was actually thinking about it yesterday and I still can't stop thinking about it. So we're gonna start with the recent one, which is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I recently finished this book and I loved it, and I honestly cannot stop thinking about it. I absolutely cannot wait for the second book to come out in November. For someone who was not a fan of fantasies, this is the second fantasy book I've given 5 stars, but I cannot stop thinking about it. This book is literally my favourite book I've ever read, and I just cannot, like, stop. The idea of it is just in my head. I can just vision it every time I think about it. So let's sleep my eye. We've then got 3 I read last year. Oh no, I made that eye blurry. No. 3 from last year I read that they're all different authors and I love. First of all, it is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't think anyone could see me not saying that book, because I love that book with my whole heart. It is a great story. It's written so well. You don't get many books that give everyone's point of views, but in a very good way of writing the point of views, and it's so done so well. I love it so much, and I even though that book is fiction, and I know it's a TV series, but it just feels like it's such a real life thing. Like it's actually something that's really happened. And I'm like, I wasn't even born in like that time of year, and I'm loving that book. Like, I wish I was. But Daisy Jones and the Six was amazing. And then you've got Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I know for some reason Colleen Hoover is a controversial author at the moment on like booktube and book. And that's fine. I still love her books, and I'm not gonna deny loving her books, you know, because I do. They did get me back into reading last year, so I'm not going to deny it. However, this book is very much, I wouldn't say controversial, but like everyone's probably expecting me to say it ends with us, or it starts with us, or yeah, or November 9 maybe, or what was it? But no, this book is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I loved that book. It became one of my... I read it in 24 hours when I was really ill last year, and it just became a very much prominent book in my mind. I just can't stop thinking about it. I love it. I love Tate and Miles. I just love the story. I read it back in March. It's been definitely over a year now since I read it, and I still can't stop thinking about it. So, and then finally we have Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. There is no doubt this was not going to come up. This definitely was going to come up. This book is like my favourite book I've ever read in my life, and I miss it so much. Like, I can't stop thinking about it. To the point, there is a special edition of Archer's Voice coming out, which has got some annotations from Mia Sheridan, and I pre-ordered it because I need it. It was like, it literally, as soon as it was announced, I pre-ordered it straight up from Waterstones. I was like, nope, I am getting this. I don't care that I've already got the book. I will have 2 copies of this book, because I need these 2 copies. So, yes, I really enjoyed it. I love that book so much with my whole heart. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking now because I've rambled on a lot on my phone hours. And that is the end of the questions. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, please comment if you do booktube and you want to be friends, because I'd love to make some more booktube friends. And I will leave the comments hopefully in the description so that you guys can answer them if you want to. And I will also credit Lauren in the description about this as well, because I got the idea from her video. So yeah, and I'll see you guys very soon in another video.